Right, okay then, Bob, what I'm going to show you here is just the basic 7-lever safe lock. Also the same sort of locks as used on gun cabinets, etc. Just to give you a quick rundown of the lock itself first. We've just got our lock case here. Obviously we've got our bolt, we've got our spacers and our levers. Okay, like I say, this is a 7-lever lock, and this lock has spacers in between each of the levers themselves. Okay, what I'm going to do, first off, just to show you one quick thing here. Okay, you can see here, if in the lock case, just got this little small arm here under a slight spring load. Okay, that is literally there, sits behind the bolt, and it's just there to retain the key. So i.e. when the key goes in to the actual lock, it will throw the bolt and then it makes contact with that little spring arm there, but it stops the key rotating all the way, so it means you can't get the key back out until you re-throw the bolt. It's just a way to ensure that obviously whatever type of safe etc is being used is actually locked, and you don't walk away with it unlocked. Okay, so what I'm going to do quickly, just rebuild this lock. I'm going to do all this in one take, just for the pure fact, obviously I want to show you the lock being picked, and I want you to see that everything that should be in there is actually in there. So just take a second to build this. So first into the lock anyway is a spacer. Okay, then just start to pop each of the levers back into the locks, making sure that the spring arm is nicely tucked around the back. Okay, so simply spacer, lever, spacer, lever. A little bit boring to watch, I appreciate. Just to show you one of the levers. Okay, most of them are like this. Just got the lever itself. You can see it's got, in this case, just a top fence with a false notch there. Okay, just popping these in, just taking my time a little bit because I do want to make sure that I don't end up with any of the springs in the wrong place. Okay, main reason I'm putting this on here is we've had a couple of people asking about gun cabinet locks, and it's just to show you obviously how the lock works, and obviously show you how it's picked as well. Okay, last spacer, last lever. Okay, so just making sure that all them springs are nicely down. Okay, you can see that there. Just going to pop the cover plate back on, make sure it's all nicely flat, which it is, and a quick test with the key first before I put the retaining screws in. You can see that all works. You note as well how when I turn the key it stops. That's as far as the key will go. Obviously I can't get the key back out until I throw the bolt, and that allows me to get the key back out. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly pop in the securing screws. Just 3 little screws here I need to pop in. Last one. Just there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now, just pop this into a vise. Okay, seems a bit strange, but I'm just keeping the same locking view because I'm sure that 1 or 2 people obviously think that perhaps I'm swapping locks or something. Okay, so there's the lock in a vise. I'm just going to get the video camera so you can see it a bit more, and just zoom in there a little bit. Okay, so there's our lock and bolt. I'll just quickly shimmy around a touch. Okay, so the tool that I'm going to be using in this case is just going to be a basic 2-in-1 pick. Okay, so as I say, a basic 2-in-1 pick here. Oh, just zoom out. Just just there. And all we've done, obviously the upstands etc. Have just been adjusted to suit the keyway of the lock. And if this was on a door or a safe, I may have perhaps reduced the nose of the pick just here a small amount, because it may not have gone in deep enough, i.e. the nose isn't allowed to protrude out the back of the lock enough to actually successfully get onto the bolt. So sometimes you may have to reduce the nose of the tool. Okay, so tension tool, got the bolt at the back and our levers at the front. So just going to pop that in as we would any standard 2-in-1 pick, bring that round onto the bolt, just there, pop in my lever pick. So that's my start position. Now obviously I've got the lock case on here, I can actually see the bolt stump here. So one of the first things I'm going to do, again, I'm going to put a bit of tape on that. Don't want you to think that I can see in there. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, just so you can hopefully see a little bit more of what I'm up to. And just there. Apologies for my crap camera work. Okay, so there's the lock there. So I'm just going to simply start this off. So a bit of tension on the bolt, bring that lever pick round to the front. I'm going to attempt to pick this, keeping the pick nice and straight. I'm going to attempt to pick this in a direction that the actual key turns. What I mean by that is I'm picking as you would turn the key from the front of the pack. And what I'm doing, I'm just going through and I'm looking for tight levers in the lock, because what I'm using here, I'm only using tension, I'm not applying any pull, so more than likely if I do that, going to slip off the bolt. So I'm looking for anything that shows slight resistance. I'm just going to feel the back of the lock now, the back of the pack. Again, fair bit of tension on, pick nice and straight. I'm just skimming through, feeling for anything tight. So a little tight one there. And I lift them ones that show a bit of binding, just a small amount. I'm seeing just until they free up. So anything that has spring resistance I basically leave alone. It's only the ones with resistance that I'm interested in. Here a bit of resistance, I'm just lifting that up a small, just until it sort of frees up, just there. Oh, you see that slight shoot then? That is more than likely just gone into anti-pick. So I'm just going to see if I can, everything feels a little bit tight, but sometimes you can throw yourself out of that anti-pick, but not in this case. I just lost one or two there. So again, I'm just going through, lifting a small amount of time on anything that binds. Again, just there, that felt like the anti-pick. So I'm just going to slowly release that, tension back on. So just like any standard deadlock or lever lock that you would pick, I'm just looking to get that stump to start to pass through the gating. Just using the resistance that I can feel. And sometimes what I do, when I get one that feels a bit tight, if it's very hard to lift, I slightly ease off on the tension as I lift it, and you can see it just goes there. So you can see that bolt is going to throw. So you can see that took a little bit of time, but I'm just using the same principles that apply to any type of lever lock that I would come across. In this case, just a 7 lever safe lock. Hope that helps.